salty attitudes, bad habits, and a duchess trapped in a palace. When it comes to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. Who could forget Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's wedding? Her two beautiful dresses, the star-studded guest list, and of course, then Prince Charles walking Meghan down the aisle. It was a bittersweet moment, as traditionally the honor would have gone to her father, Thomas Markle. According to the Daily Mail, he was photographed in London just days before the wedding, prepping for the big day. Thomas was then hospitalized for heart surgery and would not be appearing at the wedding, as confirmed by a palace press release. But there were rumors that his absence was less about his health and more about a fallout with his daughter. Thomas reportedly had a few tense exchanges with Meghan and Harry after he was caught staging the paparazzi photos before the wedding. Further rumors circulated suggesting that Thomas had faked the heart attacks that led to his hospital visit. He denied the allegations to the Daily Mail, supplying medical bills for his treatment as proof. According to Us Weekly, Thomas has continued talking to tabloids about his daughter and the royal family for years. He even shared a personal letter Meghan wrote to him with the Daily Mail, in which she begged him to stop speaking to the tabloids. In 2021, Harry and Meghan successfully sued the newspaper for publishing the personal correspondence, according to the Washington Post. Thomas Markle told Good Morning Britain in 2021 that he's apologized to Meghan and Harry, but
bottom line is I've never heard back from Meghan or Harry in any way, shape, or form.
The Society of Tabloids loves to pit women against each other, so after Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced their engagement, it was only a matter of time before Meghan and Kate Middleton allegedly became enemies. According to The Telegraph, which first broke the allegation, Meghan was said to have reduced her sister-in-law to tears during a bridesmaid dress fitting for Princess Charlotte. Tom Bower's explosive tell-all book, Revenge, further purported that at the core of the argument was a question of whether the bridesmaid outfits should follow royal protocol and include tights. It supposedly prompted immediate tears from Middleton. But in the now infamous CBS interview with Oprah Winfrey, the former Suits star insisted that the two fell out because Kate was in the wrong. Addressing the rumors that she made her sister-in-law cry, Markle stated,
"The reverse happened. And I don't say that to be disparaging to anyone."
Markle also stated that the week up to the wedding was difficult and added, she was upset about something, but she owned it and she apologized. As of 2022, tabloids have continued to stir the pot between the two. A year earlier, there were reports that the two had made an effort to amend any wrongdoing after Meghan gave birth to her daughter Lilibet. But according to Us Weekly, we have yet to see them interact in public in a meaningful way. If they've buried the hatchet, then the reportedly complicated relationship between their respective husbands doesn't help matters. The rumor that Prince Harry and Prince William had a falling out has persisted for a long while, but as it goes, the exact details remain murky. While some think it started when William warned his brother against marrying Meghan, others believe the final straw for Harry was when William refused to speak up in his wife's defense. According to Stylecaster, there were online theories that William was leveraging the bad press surrounding Meghan to distract from his own rumored affair. But The Telegraph reported that Harry and Meghan's decision to move to the States and talk about the family's private lives with Oprah Winfrey didn't sit well with William.
Pretty rich coming from a ginger.
While it's unclear exactly what happened, a look at William and Harry's body language at the many royal events of 2022 suggests that something went down. While it's likely that there was never only one thing that led to the fallout, there perhaps were a combination of stressful events. And the relationship between the two princes certainly doesn't look promising at the moment. According to insiders, the once close brothers had grown into two very different men. Harry explained in the interview with Oprah that he and William,
"We have a shared experience, but we were on different paths."
A source told Us Weekly, William doesn't know who Harry is anymore, and the trust between them is strained. They'll never recover from the damage that has been done. It's been well rumored that Prince Harry was a party animal in his young adult years, and it would have been hardly surprising that a young, rich, and handsome man liked to blow off some steam on the weekends. But there was speculation that his penchant for partying had become a problem. According to The Guardian, one of the first indicators that Harry's behavior was an issue came in 2002. King Charles reportedly discovered that the then 16-year-old boy had been frequently drinking alcohol and using cannabis, so he subsequently ordered Harry to spend a day at a rehab clinic. In the intervening years, tabloids reported him getting into repeatedly questionable situations, such as the time he unfortunately dressed up as a Nazi for a costume party, or the time he was caught playing strip poker in Las Vegas. It wasn't until years later that Harry admitted that he'd had a problem with drugs and alcohol. In his Apple TV docuseries, The Me You Can't See, he explained that it took him years to deal with the trauma of his mother's death. He began binge drinking at the weekends to cope. He confessed, "I was willing to drink, I was willing to take drugs, I was willing to try and do the things that made me feel less like I was feeling. I would find myself drinking, not because I was enjoying it, but because I was trying to mask something." As soon as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry got married, it seemed like the new Duchess didn't quite fit in. The scrutiny that came with her new title was totally new to the former television star, as was palace culture. And while she played the part well in public, there were rumors that she failed to adjust to royal life behind the scenes. Royal expert Professor Pauline McLaren told The Express, "As an outsider, Meghan did find it very, very difficult to adapt. Of course, Meghan is a very independent career woman, so it is unsurprising that she didn't fit in. I don't really think you could expect an American to really understand that, or the need for that, or actually to want to do it." It wasn't until 2021, when speaking with Oprah Winfrey, that Meghan explained she felt so trapped by the palace that she became suicidal. She claimed that at one point she was only allowed out of the house twice in 4 months.
I know there's an obsession with how things look, but has anyone talked about how it feels?
Markle declared that things had become so desperate that she was afraid to be left alone. When she approached the courtiers about seeking outside treatment, her request was allegedly denied for fear of how it would look to the public. Things escalated to the point that she and Harry decided it was time to step away as working royals and head for the States. They both came to the conclusion that a culture with which Meghan was more comfortable should be their goal.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly.
When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle officially stepped away from their royal duties in January 2020, there was still a lot to figure out with their family. Up until that point, the couple had fully relied on their salaries as working royals. Now that they were out of a job, money was going to be an issue. At the time, King Charles was reportedly against continuing to pay Harry and Meghan their salaries if they were going to relocate to California and no longer serve the royal family. Harry said as much during his interview with Oprah and added that if it wasn't for the inheritance left to him from his mom, the late Princess Diana, he'd still be stuck in the UK.
I had 3 conversations with my grandmother and 2 conversations with my father before he stopped taking my calls.
According to Vanity Fair, Charles didn't think it was fair for the British public to finance Harry's new American lifestyle, but he wasn't rash about cutting him off either. According to official royal expenditure reports, between 2020 and 2021, the royal family still spent millions ensuring the safety and financial security of Harry and Meghan. But a spokesperson for the couple claimed that this payment didn't contradict Harry's statement, as it was part of a different financial timeline to the one discussed. While things are likely still tense between Charles and Harry, the prince has managed to almost fully move towards financial independence. Shortly after establishing himself in the US, he and Meghan signed multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify, something Harry could never have done as a working royal. Leaving a centuries-old institution is a triumphant task in itself, even in the year 2020. So when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry left the royal family, they reportedly dealt with tense negotiations between Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles, and Prince William, according to the Daily Mail. Harry and Meghan allegedly left without much notice before any clear understanding of their roles had been figured out. According to Town & Country, almost immediately following the birth of their first child, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, it was rumored that Meghan and Harry were considering rejecting a royal title for their son, but the truth may have been a bit more complicated. During their interview with Oprah Winfrey, the couple claimed that they indeed wanted a title for their firstborn because it came with security and other protections. They alleged that long before Archie was born, the palace made the decision that he would not be given one. Meghan told Winfrey that while she was pregnant, she was informed that the family intended to break royal protocol by denying Archie his title. She added there was no explanation as to why and that she was troubled by the implications of the decision. She told Winfrey,
The idea of the first member of color in this family not being titled in the same way.
When his grandfather became king, rumors began swirling that Archie's title may finally be granted. As of this video, that hasn't happened yet. Soon after their engagement, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry began building a staff to assist with their daily lives and royal duties. Most of them reportedly didn't last long. In fact, they were rumored to have dropped like flies. Former tabloid editor of Britain's Daily Star newspaper, Dawn Neeson, told Page Six, "Once people join the firm, they tend to stay." The swift departure of Meghan's aides raised eyebrows because it was so unusual. This led to gossip that the couple was extremely hard to work for. When Meghan and Harry left royal life, people went on the record about their alleged experiences with them, and what they had to say was not favorable. Meghan was accused of being very demeaning to staff, with one individual claiming that so much as missing a call from the Duchess left them drastically afraid of the consequences. Things apparently escalated to the point that Prince William and Kate Middleton got involved to comfort Meghan's exhausted staff on more than one occasion, according to the Daily Beast. The Times reported that Meghan and Harry's former communications secretary, Jason Knopf, filed an HR complaint detailing how deeply concerned he was at Meghan's bullying, especially of other women. According to the Evening Standard, the couple denied the allegations, with a legal advisor stating, "Let's just call this what it is, a calculated smear campaign." Though some might argue that the sheer volume of people willing to share their experiences could point to some truth, the accusations could very well just be blown-up rumors.